Welcome back to the Red Truck Woodshop. Today I'm going to be working on air filtration for my shop. Let me show you what I've been doing so far. I've been using this old box fan, about 30 years old. I built a little case so that I could hold an old furnace filter. I suck air in through the filter and blow it out the other side. Now, these fans are not made for this, and it's become obvious to me because when the filter gets plugged up, the fan gets starved for air. When the fan gets starved for air, it starts to overheat and it actually shuts down for a little bit. So I need to fix that situation. Now, some people might ask me, why don't you just buy one of those fancy air filters for $450? Yeah, well, that's why, $450. I got this, and this has proved to be fairly effective. I just want to upgrade what I'm doing. In addition, what I want to do is I want to mount it in a permanent home. It's just been kind of placed around my shop wherever it can be out of my way. I'll show you what I plan to do with this. I plan to build a box approximately 24 inches by 24 inches by 24 inches. I'm going to put the fan on top, 2 filters, one on each face. I'm using 2 filters to encourage airflow and to reduce pressure drop. I believe this will help with the overheating of the motor. Then I'm going to mount it against the 2 walls in the corner of my shop. I'll suck air in through the filters and blow it out through the fan. After much thinking, I decided to put the filter in this corner here with 1 filter on this face, 1 filter on this face, the fan blowing up. I chose this corner because it's out of the way. I don't use this corner for anything, and my other dust collector is right here, and these bags leak small particulates that I want this filter to pick up as well. So I'm going to put it here. Let's get to building it. I started by disassembling the fan. I took the grates off so that I could clean the inside and the grates themselves. I cleaned with my dust collector and then rags and water. 30 years of dirt, it was really stuck on. I decided to make it out of 2x4s I had left laying around the shop, just like I had made the miter saw cabinet out of scraps that I had laying around. I cut the pieces to length, and then I went over to the table saw and cut them to the width desired. I then used the table saw to cut a rabbet in one edge of the boards to receive the filters. I cut a 45-degree angle on the end of each board to make it like a picture frame for holding the filters. I put the frame together loosely, gave it a test fit, and everything fit just as I had planned. I drilled pocket holes in the end of the boards and then assembled the frame with those pocket screws. This is a really nice method. If you haven't used pocket screws before, you really should try. After assembly of the frames, I clamped the 2 frames together, drilled some pilot holes, and just drove some regular drywall screws in to hold them together. I found that my plywood was not quite the right size, so I had to glue a little bit extra onto it to make the boards just right. I used more pocket screws to fasten the plywood to the rest of the frame. Because of the way this is designed to hang on the wall, I wanted to add some braces inside to hold it up appropriately, keep it from sagging. So I took some pieces from another old frame, put some pocket holes in them, and ended up putting those in place. And because I had not used up my allotment of pocket holes for the day, I drilled more pocket holes in the pieces that would support the fan, and then I installed them. Then it was time to give a trial fit for the fan. What the heck? Ain't fitting. This other way it fits. Well, the fan doesn't fit, obviously. I got in a little bit of rush and I didn't assemble things the way I had intended to. Now what? So when I drew this up, I intended for this piece to be on the outside of that piece. And I lost my presence of mind and put this one on top of. And that is why my fan is not fitting. So I've got a solution for that. Here's a bit of a close-up. You can see I got about 1/4 of an inch that I need to expand this so it will sit down in there nice. What I've decided to do is cut a little notch out of this piece here, make a nice rabbet on it, and everything should fit okay, nice and snug. After I fixed that, I went on and put some weather stripping around where the filters are and where the fan will sit, so that I could get as good of an airtight seal as I could. That done, I went ahead and installed it on the wall, and there were just a few more things that I had to do after it was installed. I cut a scrap stick to length and drilled holes in them. This would be for holding the filter in place. Then I installed those in the appropriate place. Alright, final product there, running. You can see my nice little flow indicator flag that I put up there, flapping in the breeze. Got a really good flow there, so I'm happy with this. A lot better, I hope. I will tell in time if this is better or just good or what. But so far, I'm pleased with it. Alright, here we go. Let's give it a test. Well, that's pretty good. So after thinking about it, I thought right here in this corner is the best place in this shop for me. That. Try again. And I plan, no, I hope, no, I'll do it again. They sell a bunch of, I personally am not going to buy one.